Hey girls! This video is especially for those of you who are just starting your sewing journey, especially with needs. And today we're giving ourselves a little challenge. No fancy equipment. No cover stitch machine, no special presser feet. We're going to use what we already have. Ideally, yes, you'd use a ballpoint needle and the right foot for knits. If you have them, great. But I want to show you that you can still make something beautiful with a regular sewing machine and make it look as little homemade as possible. Because honestly, sometimes I watch professional sewing videos with thousands of dollars worth of equipment and I think, well, of course, most of us just don't have access to that. So today I will share a few simple tricks for sewing knits, and that's our little challenge, to use what we already have and make the skirt look as little homemade as possible. Let's do it! Rule number one. Heavier knits and printed fabrics are much more forgiving. They hide little imperfections and seams much better than thin, solid fabrics. Prints can be amazing for that, but you do have to be a little careful. A good print can make a garment look really expensive, but the wrong one can make it look homemade very quickly. Solid colors are usually the safer choice if you want the clean, polished look. But if you have a good eye for prints, absolutely go for it. Rule number two. When choosing your thread color, especially with a solid fabric, don't go darker. Ideally, choose a shade that's just slightly lighter than your fabric, and slightly is the key word here. You want as little contrast as possible because we're using a zigzag stitch instead of a cover stitch. Basically, we're trying to imitate what that expensive machine does with our regular sewing machine. So the goal is to make that stitching almost disappear. Too dark will stand out, but too light will do the same thing. So just go a tiny bit lighter than your fabric and keep it subtle. Rule number three. With knits, we always use a zigzag stitch. Well, almost always. My rule is simple. If there is even a slight chance that something can stretch and snap, it will. So if that seam may stretch at all, use zigzag. And zigzag doesn't mean one setting for everything. We can change both the stitch width and stitch length depending on what we're sewing, and we'll talk about that in a minute. A straight stitch is really only for those rare areas where you know for sure the seam will not stretch at all. So when in doubt, zigzag. Rule number four. Imitate, imitate, imitate. Our goal is to make our regular sewing machine imitate what a professional cover stitch machine would do as closely as possible. So don't just think about the stitch itself, think about the width and the distance from the edge. Even though we're using zigzag instead of those two perfect rows of stitching, we want the proportions to look the same. And remember, finishing the edge is optional. With some needs, you can simply cut the edge and let it naturally roll, and for the right garment, it can look absolutely amazing. We'll definitely make a few projects like that later, but for now, the rule is simple. Imitate the professional finish as closely as you can. We already drafted this skirt pattern in a separate video, and I'll link it in the upper right corner. Definitely check it out. It takes less than 5 minutes to draft. We go through the whole process and you'll get a ton of useful little tips. For this skirt, I extended the original 25-inch length to 36 inches. For seam allowances, I used my usual 1/2 inch on the sides, 1 inch at the hem, and 1.5 inches at the top because I'm using 3/4 of an inch elastic. You can even leave 2 inches at the top if you want to be extra safe. I'll explain later why we trim some of that away. And even if you want a really fitted skirt, still give yourself a little seam allowance and try it on first. Sometimes a garment looks much better just slightly looser than when it's pulled too tight. Once you've cut out both skirt pieces and unfolded them, place them right sides together and pin the front and back together along the side seams. To save time, you can pin both side seams at once and get them ready for stitching. That's what I usually do. And this is probably the most tedious part of the whole project, especially with thinner knits. The lighter the fabric, the more it tends to roll at edges. And if your knit is a little heavier, this usually isn't much of a problem. But with a thinner fabric, you may have to fight that rolling just a little bit. Zigzag both side seams first, then try the skirt on and check the fit. If everything looks good, sew a second, slightly wider zigzag right next to the first one for a little extra reinforcement. No overlock needed. Then give both side seams a good press, and we're ready for the next step. Now let's finish the hem. Since we left a 1-inch hem allowance, fold it up and give it a really good press first. Remember, we're trying to imitate a professional cover stitch, so keep the stitching about 3/4 of an inch or 19 millimeters from the folded edge, and I use the same setting as for my side seams. Once it's stitched, flip the hem over and we'll be working from the wrong side. We'll carefully trim away that excess fabric very close to the stitching, and that keeps the raw edge from rolling and helps reduce bulk. Now let's do the waistband. Fold down the 1.5 inches at the top, or 2 inches if that's what you left, and give it a really good press. The most important thing here is that your elastic should be very close to the finished waist measurement. If it's too tight, the waistband will gather too much and it won't look as clean. The easiest method is to make a little casing first. Stitch a zigzag line about 3/4 of an inch from the folded edge, if that's your elastic size. Leave a small opening, feed the elastic through, join the ends, and close the opening. But in this video, I'm showing you the second method. You can join the elastic first, place it directly under the folded edge, secure everything temporarily with a long 5mm straight stitch, and then sew your zigzag over it and remove the temporary stitching. It's a little more advanced, but it gives you more control and a really clean finish. Then trim off that excess fabric from the inside. And that's it. Give everything one good final press and your skirt is done. I used a darker thread here just so you could actually see the stitches. Normally I choose a much more subtle color so they almost disappear. And if you liked my video, your likes and comments really help me keep creating more free patterns and tutorials for you. Have fun sewing and I will see you next time.